or safely without any heavy-duty sanitation. But a lot of people are talking about irrigation, using a power sprayer for, you know, your cleaning around and car washing and things like that. But as we work with it and get into it and save it and toil over it, we find that rainwater itself is a valuable commodity, and it's nothing that you want to throw away or take lightly. So I don't spray it all over the yard or anything. I mean, drip irrigation, you know, real economical use. I don't know if that answers everything.
Sure. That's really where this house is going to go.
Yeah.
We're paying about $0.01 a liter for fresh water, for potable water.
Yeah.
And as you know, we drink about 1% of it. The rest is used in the toilet and in showers and stuff. So this is a really good alternative.
Yeah.
If we can get the cost to the right balance.
Well, you won't. You see, I think that at 1 cent a liter, that's pretty expensive.
But it's really expensive.
Yeah. Because most of the water supply off the mains is like down to thousands of a cent per liter, plus the sewer disposal charge, plus your flat rate.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're still not going to come up to a penny a liter.
No.
So when you talk about cost-benefit analysis and the accountant, you're really into that. It'll take a long time at these figures to make that system pay.
But at $0.01 a liter, it wouldn't.
No, at $0.01 a liter, you're much closer to that. You are, and I think there's economic value there.
We had we got obviously pretty close to the same calculations you're getting, but we were saying about 3,500 liters of water for a 1 inch rain. So we're mixing inches and liters and, you know, getting everybody confused.
Well,
as my good friend Brent would point out, I never read an article. But we, you know, we know that's a lot of water, and we know that's worth some cash, right? So we just got to figure out what we use it with. So.
Yeah, well, basically, from what I'm talking about, you're talking about, you just have to eliminate your potable purposes. Bathing, cooking, drinking, those things. But anything else, it's fair game.
So for those other things, do you still need all the same filtration?
The other things in terms of your non-potable purposes?
Yes. So if you're doing
just toilets.
Just toilets.
No, there is no scientific evidence to say that you have to have really pristine water to go through the toilet. You know, the theory and the reason the bylaws go against it is that they believe a virus can enter your home through the rainwater, just laying there in the toilet bowl and somehow get into the air. That, you know, that is likely a myth. Maybe at one time water could be contaminated enough that you wouldn't want to do that. But I think now, when you have enclosed barrels, you have a pre-filter, you know, whether it's a gutter protection system or an actual pre-filter. That's as far as you need to go.
In your picture you showed asphalt shingles in that one picture.
Right.
So would you, do people do that? Do you use asphalt shingles to collect toilet and clothes washing?
Yeah, you can. The only thing that you can't do, because the asphalt will leach a petroleum-based byproduct into the water, you just can't drink it. You know, I don't want to confuse the issue of saying, will this cross the barrier in your plants and go into your plants? I don't think we know, you know, but I don't think it's an issue in terms of being a health hazard if you water your plants with that. You know, but clearly anything used for waste is fair game, you know. Asphalt, though, has got, you know, it's not the cleanest, unfortunately, and almost every house out there has it. So
get a tin roof.
Yeah. or coat one section of roof, or put a metal up on one section of roof, and that's where you're going to catch from, you know, for your potable purposes. Because once you've got a metal roof, you can go potable.
Now, different question topic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but combining a rainwater collection system with, let's say, a grey water system is definitely doable. And could you not use the filtration mechanisms on a grey water system to do the final filtration on the rainwater?
I'm not versed on grey water.
Okay.
I think grey water is quite different than in rainwater in that you can only save a small portion and have to use it. And I'm not familiar with what filters are in there. They're different systems and should be kept separate.
They can't be
The one we've got here, just so you know, we were told would also be
Yeah, that's what I
able
thought.
to bring rainwater into it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So the argument for that one was if you ran out of gray water, you could use rainwater, and they consider rainwater a type of gray water and filter it through the same process. So I guess I'm comfortable they can filter gray water because they filter rainwater.
Well, gray water by definition is not that filtered, so.
It's going to be dirtier than rainwater.
Yeah, sure is. And the size of that tank is not going to be sufficient for much.
Not as your storage,
No.
but just as a blast filter.
Yeah, so really what that is, it recovers the water from your shower or whatever, and then uses it again probably just for toilet.
That's exactly what it is.
So 20% of your usage is toilet, I guess, you know, and you're probably less than that being efficient.
2-6 flush.
So the two systems are slightly different and,
Oh, yeah.
shouldn't be hooked up with the same filter.
So do you have pricing of those, what did you call that thing that flushes the first runoff?
First flush diverters?
Yes.
The first flush diverter comes in more than one style, so pricing is a little difficult. The cheapest way of doing it is accessing your own PVC, whether it's 4-inch or 3-inch, and then buying the kit. So you cut up your PVC and put your kit into it, and you've created a first flush diverter. A first flush diverter can be any type of a container that fills up and blocks off, and then the water carries on to the real storage tank. So the kit itself, if you buy your own PVC, is, you know, under 25 bucks, something like that. When you get into what I showed you there with the combo, screening, skimmer, first flush diverter, those are well over 100. But they're really convenient because there's no assembly. You know, for someone who just wants to stick it up and go, there you go. Yeah. There's no sawing, no gluing, you just stick it up. We like to see that the final filter, the first flush diverter or the pre-filter, quite near the tank. So you can envision your tank sitting outside like Ron has. He's got his filter pit on top and then multiple downpipes going in there. So he only needs one.
So what do you do when you have, like obviously well not every roof, I shouldn't say that, but many standard constructed roofs have, you know, their roof lines going all these different directions, but you don't really want to have 3 tanks or 2 tanks at different places.
I know what you mean.
Bringing it all to one point, is that easily doable?
It's called a wet system. And yeah, it's doable. It's a lot more complicated than what we're talking about here because there's some serious calculating to be done. But essentially, it works with PVC running from your downpipe leader on different locations and then running along the foundation of your house, probably just below the grade. And then back up over and into the tank. So as the water comes in here, it displaces all the way through to there. So you can do that from many, many feet. And this wet system then transfers from the outlet at this end of the house all the way to that end of the house.
And how does the filtration system work on that one? Like, would you need more than one of those filtration systems?
I really believe that you could probably just have the one pre-filter at the tank and have the stuff come through. It depends on the situation that you're in. If you have a gutter protection system, you probably won't need a pre-filter at that far. Yeah. But if you don't, you probably should have a pre-filter there. Yeah. Every time you have a pre-filter of that type, you'll have a maintenance issue. You'll have to go through every few days and make sure it's not blocked off. Some of the, what we call hydrodynamic filters, work on the principle of water clinging to the side of the pipe as it goes down. And I tried to explain that to you. And as it clings to the side of the pipe, it goes through a screen, hits a ridge, and then gets skimmed off. This water has the predictable properties.
Yeah, viscosity.
Viscosity, yeah, or surface tension, you know. There's another one called a vortex, which shoots the water sideways, and it swirls and pushes itself through the screen, goes into a skimming chamber, and all the debris falls through. So it's a really an effective system. However, you know, a lot of them are stainless steel, and a lot of them are designed to last forever. And they They're dear, but work like a darn. We've done a few of them, I couldn't believe, like 90% of the water coming down that pipe gets skimmed off into the tank. Very effective.
So your gutter systems, with the cap that you put on top, can that go on existing gutters, or you have to reinstall the bottom part as well? And what cost per lineal foot?
Yeah, it's a little expensive system because it's quite a bit of aluminum. It's a full foot girth of aluminum panel, pre-painted, rather thick on a support system, plus a sealant and everything. So the cost per foot installed is around $15, and it has a lifetime warranty. And it can retrofit to existing gutters. Existing gutters are just adjusted. One of the most important things with existing gutters is to have a slope so that the water is transporting right out. It's never puddling in there, it's never stagnant. This is one of the first places that we get contamination. So when we do that system, we slope them out, we make sure there's no leaks or imperfections. When we put on the cover, all we have to deal with at that point then is dust. There is no other, no large debris in there.
That's $15 installed? That's $700, it's not bad.
For a house like this? See,
Dumont designed this house for all the waters on one side, right?
No, well, he's got each off there too.
Yeah, but all the rain capture is meant to be in this one.
With the metal roof, it's a little different. As you notice with the asphalt shingle, it goes up and seals onto a flat deck. Here with the corrugated roof, it's different. What we do is lower the gutter and put in an altered cover system. Meaning it's only, if it's a 5-inch gutter, it's only a 5-inch cover.
Sounds cheaper, isn't it?
It is, it's less metal, but it's more work because you're bending and shearing and dropping gutters.
I knew this would come